So the new Halloween event is here. We have a really massive update with one change I'm a bit annoyed about that they have versus Korea. There's the new battle pass. We have all the new weekly resets, ton of new rewards you can get, and let's highlight everything you need to know about the changes to the Halloween event so you can take away all of the rewards. So to begin, you want to run the event co-op dungeon, the Haunted Labyrinth. You will need to do this once per day after you claim your candy corn just here. You can do random matchmaking for this. It is a super easy dungeon. I'll just go as healer, even as fury. I can heal a bit, but it's beside the point. We shouldn't need a healer. They seem to have changed the pathway a little bit. Here we need to grab these pumpkins. If you get the wrong pumpkin, then these scarecrows will wake up. I got the right one, so it has the key. We get through the door and into the little cart. For some reason, I lagged off the edge. Once you have the key, you can take the cart. The others will do that, which means I can still fly. Go here, take the grapple point, and we need to pick up the pumpkins like this guy. But if you get shot, then you will drop that pumpkin. So you kind of want some people to kill the enemies, to kite them, while others bring the pumpkins to the cart. You don't have to mess with the door anymore. Off goes the cart. Then be prepared to block when the two witches come by. Just hold block, kill some mobs, and then kill the boss. Once you get this phase, simply bring those pumpkins to these little crosses so they get stuck like I showed. Once the mini boss is dead, you need to make your way through this hallway. So don't run into that big pumpkin. You should be able to get here, tuck in, let it pass, move to the next. Only one person needs to make it to the end, and you unlock the boss arena. Begin once everybody's here. When he gets shielded, you can push these little things into him, just like that, and they should blow up and thus stun him and break his shield. What is wrong with my build? That's why we get normalized stats. Attack speed feels so low, buff duration so low. Yeah, we're getting scaled. This just feels bad. Pumpkins, you want to hit one of these ghost ones so that when the explosion happens, he doesn't kill you. Yeah, Fury is a class that's dependent on stats, and this just feels pretty bad here. Yeah, I'm not going to have any fun in this dungeon. Why do they have to scale it like that? They could have just given it more hit points, or like looked at the combat power of the people in the party and then given it more hit points if they really want to scale it. This mechanic, you basically don't want to run into these bats and just get into the green area. You can damage the boss, we'll just kill him then. If you have Da Vinci's favor, you can just run it every 2 days and you can get the chest twice. Because the only point to do the dungeon is to get that chest, and you get the candy corn here once per day. So what else do you need to do in this event? You can see we just did the dungeon and we got 15 of these dimension pumpkins. So that's just going to be what you get every single day. 15 over the course of 3 weeks is a total of 315 dimensional pumpkins. And how much do you need to get everything here? Well, if we exclude the cosmetics, that's 196 dimensional pumpkins to get everything here, including every week these 4 chaos runes. These cosmetics, you can drop some of them in the dungeon, and yeah, it's up to you if you want to use your extra pumpkins for them. Just wait till near the end of the event once you've purchased all these, if you still can stomach running that dungeon to get the remaining dimensional pumpkins. But again, you only have to run the dungeon every 2 days with Da Vinci's favor once you have 2 candy corn. If you go to Vienta Village, you can find the Haunted Harvest Peddler, this wandering guy who will sell you more cooking pumpkins and baked pumpkins. We should already have some cooking pumpkins from the dungeon. You can go to your recipes here, and we actually didn't get any. I guess it is just a random drop chance. Yes, 15% that you get them. Most of the time you just get Stellarite. So you can buy every day 5 of them here along with that bait. So do so, find him, and you can craft the best thing in the event, which gives you 100% solid bonus, 100% weapon mastery, and 10% contract token efficiency. The best thing you want for Abyss dungeon farming. I'll craft 3 of that here, and we can see it's going to last us 34 days. So make sure to have enough of it. You can also get pumpkin cake if you want to min-max those boss fights with the species damage boost, boss critical hit chance and boss heavy attack chance. And this one also will only last 34 days. Now be aware, this should not stack with something like apricot pie. We have the pie active, that's just 50%, and if we use the new pumpkin spook latte, this simply replaces it. But you will want to stack on top of it a mastery report, abundance fruit, and your black anvil weapons. You can also get a buff by speaking to the spooky guys outside the abyss dungeons. Let's say I want to do Crimson Mansion. I can speak to this scary neighbor, and that gives me for an hour a 10% extra bonus, which does stack along with that undead damage boost for this specific dungeon. So yeah, if you're going to do those abyss dungeons, make sure to get this buff, stack it with the event food as well. As for this pumpkin bait that you got, you want to use that for fishing. So we'll just cast our line, remember to equip that bait, and then catch your fish. We haul in a pumpkin taffy, and you can see he's a food. You can actually eat him, and this gives us 50 species damage resistance, boss damage reduction, and skill damage resistance. So this is really good for your survivability food, your defense food, and that should stack with your attack food. There is another fish you can get, which is the gummy fish. We just caught that there, and it's a movement speed buff, attack speed buff, stamina buff, and this is like your utility food. So when you look at different food recipes, you can stack one from each category. I will eat these, it's a total waste, but we'll just show you that they should stack together. So this was the defense one with damage resistance and species damage, and this one here is the utility. We can confirm that, and it will stack then with some attack food like the pumpkin cake. Indeed it does. And we can still have vegetable stir fry on top of that, mushroom stir fry. And yeah, you end up with all those buffs. Don't miss out in this Halloween event. And finally, you can find the orange trapped. Just, I guess, keep an eye out on World Chat when somebody finds him, and you can visit his store for some cosmetics, including this Amatoy from last year. So yeah, that's everything you need to know about the Halloween event. Let's move on to the new Battle Pass. You have a bunch of new tasks here you can do, claim your points, and get your rewards. First thing I notice is they do indeed give you noble rune selection chests. Of course, it will still be random, but within a category that you choose. If you want to buy the premium pass, that's still 500 Lucent, and you can get this morph here. Not really one I'm going to care about when I have this one from the Nightmare Dungeon. But I don't like running around with a fat morph. So a rabbit for me it is. And nothing's going to change that unless they come out with a smaller morph or one the same size. You can get this Amatoy here on the free track. Then this emote on the premium track. Cool looking throne. And you get the headpiece for the outfit here at level 45 with the full outfit at level 50. And on the free track, you get this emote for that. We can check in the Mirror Boutique, and this is the full outfit on a female character. As for the male character, that's this here. But you can go ahead and remove the decorations, removing that cape. But there is no other variants to it. And be aware, they have added the ability to hide your cloak right here. But ultimately, what you get from this Battle Pass, if you pay 500 Lucent, this is what you're getting. Still just 70 unlock stones, 120 runes, 6 of those noble chaos runes. That's honestly probably why I would buy the Battle Pass, just for those. Of course, you can get unlucky and they can all be useless. But compared to the Heroic Pass we just had, this is a bit underwhelming on the amount of materials. So to compare that versus the Korean server, 300 unlock stones, 100 loyalty coins, 50 fortitude coins. But yeah, they do not get the new chaos runes. In terms of the shop here, doesn't look like there's anything new. I do highly recommend getting these runes, because that's 50 just for 100 of these star crystals. Now let's have a look at the shop update. They have released that premium bundle with the new ghost outfit right here. It comes with this dash morph, this glide morph, pretty cool, ghost dragon, this swim morph, this Amatoi, and this emote. Again, that outfit you can see here in the Mirror Boutique has 3 different variants. But yeah, nearly 3,000 lucent for that bundle. And then you can, of course, get the weapons to go with it. So this being the orb. And I'm not sure I'm such a fan of them. I don't really like this ghost goo that they put on everything. Even the outfit has this, and I'm just not a fan. They could have made it more of a spectral misty blue like they do up there. And this is the bow, the sword and the shield, the daggers, book and wand, with finally the crossbows. There is also the housing bundle here, so all these decorations that I showed in the Korean video as well, with this bundle too. A lot of lucent to be able to customize the look of your house. And then there's this one too. Yeah, they're pretty cool, but I'm not so sure if I want to have my house for the entire year looking like that. And then it just feels like a waste of lucent to purchase all that. And they claim there's a discount on them. I mean, I guess there is a discount compared to if you go scroll down here, you can buy the pieces individually. And here are the little plushies that Godspeed mentioned on her Ion Silesium for this month. The summary for that was this right here. Announcing that Halloween event up until November the 13th. Announcing new furniture dyeing system. The ability to designate another player to decorate your house. And new Archboss furniture coming November the 6th. They've also launched some official TNL merch. And I missed an or there. Great. So that's on this website right here. And every order will also give you this bundle. I guess a code to help you adjust your fashion in game too. So they just have all this listed here. I guess it's going to depend where you're located, how reasonable or not these prices are. They did put a little bit of an update to the Ornate coin shop for the housing. You can get like this rug, this hourglass, and then some reagents and scrolls to help you. Have they updated the runes? No. You're still spending 55 coins for one normal rune chance chest. What are they doing? Please update that. And they have added the new anniversary celebration packs. This was last week, but it was after the fact that I had posted my video. It was later that day. It does have these weapons, but you have to buy this pack for real world money to get them. And they have not added the food here that they do have on the Korean server. Now, I do not know if they will ever add it, but it is always a possibility that it comes eventually. And this gives you 200% to Solent and Mastery gain. One thing I'm a little bit peeved about is this tombstone. For us on Global, it's called Ghosted, but they have gone and censored it from the Korean server. It is originally called Just Log Out Bro, this being from the Korean server, which is kind of hilarious, but I'm guessing they felt it's too toxic, so they didn't release it with that name for us here on Global. But they totally would have gotten a ton more sales. People definitely enjoy being toxic to each other when they get kills. Now for some reason I can't leave this, it's bugged. I guess I have to Alt F4 the game. Just log out, bro. Keep in mind again, this update does bring a ton of weapon balance adjustments. Big buffs to PvE damage on Greatsword, Dagger, Longbow, but some nerfs to Orb and the CC immunity on Crossbow. You can check the patch notes for the details here. So now let's jump to some weekly reminders. Visit the Sundries merchants for your contract scrolls, and they have moved the food, for whatever reason, to a new merchant. So buy that here, bird, eggs, goldenrod, and honey, because they're daily limited. Use these contract scrolls, get the Talandra area ones, open this, and do them when you go to the Abyss dungeons to use your contract tokens. Make sure to have a black anvil weapon too, as I just posted a recent video on it. You can get it in about a week. Visit your contract coin merchant, spend those contract coins on extract stones and ink. You can also get mystic keys if you wish, but get those contracts, ideally refreshing and obtaining the ones with the crystals or these pouches. Visit your guild merchant and they have finally given some new rewards here, like these chaos prisms, unlock stones, and the noble polished crystals. I won't actually buy the crystals, I think, but definitely get the conversion stones. I already have quite a lot of noble crystals that I'm not using, over 400. Visit the resistance goods merchant. I usually just buy the unlock stones and you will get those resistance medals doing your exploration codex and visiting these peace bosses up to 5 times per day. Go to the Lawless Wilds Nebula, get these stones, purchase these unlock stones pouches, and afterwards the conquest chests. Go to Battlegrounds, do your matches, get your combat coins. I generally recommend just getting the runes and then getting the equipment chests. You can get your obsidian here if you still need it. Make sure to do your raid. Very easy on normal. Hard has gotten pretty easy too. Ideally have a static group though for that and nightmare. Purchase your chaos prisms here. Otherwise I'm just going to save my entropy shards pretty much just for trait unlocks. This week the new dimensional trial for Fate's Abyss is here. You ideally want to do it on at least tier 1 every day to get the points to get these extra runes and rewards, and otherwise do the random normal queue to spend the dimensional token 1s to get the extra loyalty coins to convert them to unlock stones. Go to your secret dungeon, do Tadel's Tower via the 3 contracts you purchased, do Gate of Infinity here. Don't know why it's showing that, but you can get the achievement rewards and do Hall of Illusion 3 times for those rewards on the highest difficulty you can manage in a reasonable amount of time. And that should be everything. Again, make sure to make use of all of those Halloween buffs. The dungeon feels kind of awful. I don't know why they have scaled it so badly. I will just enter again to show you. Our base damage is like a third of what it is normally. Critical hit is only like 500 instead of nearly 2000. Heavy attacks 200 instead of like 700 I have. But my main issue is them massively reducing my buff duration to just 27% when I normally have a build with nearly 100%. And same with the cooldown. I nearly have over 100%. And attack speed also feels awful because dexterity is only 55 instead of 99, along with only having 55% here. So combat just feels bad. Like they should at the very least not change those 3 stats because they really can change how combat feels. I feel like I'm attacking super slow, and so yeah, it just feels horrible. Devs, if you're listening, do not scale like this. Yes, reduce the base damage, but not those 3 stats that directly influence how often you can use your abilities, how long their durations last with the buffs, and how quickly you attack. Changing those just makes it feel super bad. Don't reduce these attributes, just scale down the base damage if you have to do scaling, which I feel they shouldn't. But I'm guessing they want people at 3500 combat power to be able to beat the dungeon at about the same rate as somebody on over 7000. But I quite frankly would be more than happy to one-shot everything after a year playing the exact same dungeon. You could have at least come out with something new and then we wouldn't be complaining. But no, you're recycling old content and we'll be more than happy to just breeze through it since it's just repeating the same thing again. But enough said. That's it for the video. Another massive thank you to all my channel members for your extra support. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys around.